What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 86 of Psychotic and Iconic. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the live stream. Paul's here along with my co-hosts Nick Theories, Mikey P, and Philly Phil. Thank you to everyone that follows, likes, and subscribes to all of our platforms. Mikey P, take it away before I fuck up.
I gotta be honest with you, bro. I look great in this Brady t-shirt, man. Thank you so much, Pauls, for that. I appreciate it. Yo, I got a gift in the mail yesterday.
Wow.
Coming back from the shore. I opened up my mailbox. I saw a t-shirt and it said Himothy Pasillo. So I was like, oh, I knew who it's from. He wore a t-shirt, Himothy. The other episode was it episode 84? 83?
Yeah, it was He's Not Himothy, right?
Yeah.
Or it might have just been Himothy.
Great episode, by the way, so check it out if you didn't. But yeah, so I got that in the mail. I knew exactly who it was from. I saw Brady. I was fucking pumped, bro. I was smiling ear to ear. It was great.
I'm happy to hear
I
that.
appreciate
You
it,
deserve
man.
it.
Thank you so much. You're a real friend.
Did it make your toes curl?
Absolutely.
Well, here's the thing. Hopefully you pod better than his last game.
No, I'm podding. No, I'm wearing this because
Consistent
I'm podding on a
energy.
championship level, and that's how we're bringing it here at P&I.
Living in a past.
That's a good pivot right
So
there.
tell a friend to go share the stream right now. We appreciate it. Let's get more people in here. Let's have a real conversation about some real shit, about some sports, and let's have some fun. So, Mikey P,
Yes,
take it
sir.
away.
Thank you so much. Episode 86 is brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New players who sign up today using our promo code ICONIC will receive 100% is deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, we are live right now at the Props Network at propshq.com. Be sure to go over there and subscribe to our show to keep up with all the latest news. Last but not least, you see this tank that I'm wearing? Go ahead, Nick. Say what you know.
Fantastic fabric.
I will add, we have better customer service than Brady Brand because I was fighting with Jordan for about 5 days. Whoever Jordan is at Brady Brand. He's got to step it the fuck up.
It's the other goat.
Yeah. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, Cap.
He's got a lot going on. He's
I almost
focused on
got
football. He's focused on football.
But anyway, we'll talk about them. All right. So, this merch right here. All right. Our latest. This is our newest item in stock. We have tanks now for the summer. All right. Black and gray P&I tanks. We have black and gray tees, long sleeve tees, hoodies, you name it. Reach out to us via DM and we will give you pricing. And it is courtesy of IPP Pressworks of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Now, one thing, guys. I know you love talking hockey, but we got a great Stanley Cup ahead on Wednesday night.
This shit is really still going on.
Nick's pick is alive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's his world.
Regular.
You guys are just living in it.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. So we got Avs at Lightning. I always said this. I'm going to tell you my picks because this is my job, all right? You guys can give me a pick, too. I know you're going to say Avs. That's your team,
I don't
right?
even know who's playing, dude.
The Avalanche and the Lightning. Yeah, the Lightning are going to be they have like potential
History's
to,
on the
like,
line.
really three-peat right now.
Greatness is on the line.
And I can't think of a better opponent to face to accomplish that than the Avalanche.
Oh, they're ready.
They've been amazing.
They're ready.
Yeah. And I don't really watch hockey that much, but I've been watching here and there. Just something at a fucking boredom. Switch through the channels, look at some hockey, and they look great, bro. They're
You better believe it. They were scoring like touchdowns in the last series.
Yeah.
7-8 goals.
And they're rested.
Exactly. I mean, who knows? That could come back to bite them,
True.
especially goaltending wise. But you couldn't. You know how we were saying, okay, Warriors Celtics is the dream finals with the remaining teams, right? This is the dream finals for the NHL.
Yeah.
Lightning going for a three-peat. Avs have been ready for years. They didn't take that leap. I have been saying all along that the winner of the Panthers Lightning series will win the Stanley Cup. I chose the Panthers because I was rooting for Giroux. I'll be honest.
He still couldn't get it
But
done?
I honestly had a gut feel that the Lightning were going to do it. So I'm sticking with that. Lightning in 6. They're winning it in their home arena, and they are going to three-peat.
You want to put a salary on it?
Here, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right?
All right. Deal.
Let's do it because you got to have.
Or-
hey, if you win, though, you also win our bracket challenge.
Or since I see you down the shore,
I'll get you some Mancos.
yeah. Well, yeah,
Just slaps.
a pie.
Oh,
That's
a
what we'll
whole
bet on.
pie.
A whole pie.
Wow, are you
let's do it.
sure?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's a $25 pie right there.
Green pies.
Let's have some fun. Yeah, I like that too.
Well, those
I like cheese pies, cream
Priceless.
pies. I like pepperoni pie.
Apple
I like
pies.
all that shit. So fucking serve it. You know what I mean? The hell we talking about here?
I love this though. Let's get a hockey bet in there, all right? Write that shit down. I got Tampa Bay in the series. You got the Avs. I got Tampa Bay in 6. That's not
Okay.
the bet, but
All right.
all right.
I
Cool.
don't have any games on it.
It's
I'll
all
just
right.
say Avalanche and I'll say Avalanche of 5.
Wow. Disrespect to the champions.
I don't
Them damn
care.
emotions.
Why not? Who cares? Let's have
Tom
some
Brady
fun.
lives in that city.
So what?
All right. Okay. All right,
right.
Philly
Tom
Phil.
Brady gets it done. That's all I know.
Philly Phil, hit the NBA music.
He's the best quarterback in the NFL.
We gave hockey their 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, though. I got something from this side of the table for hockey. It's great.
I'm here to pod. I pod. It's what I do. I wake up, I pod. I go to sleep, I
it.
pod. It's what I do.
Louder.
It's what I do. It's what I love.
Factuals.
So let's go have some fun.
I see you out there, Rob. You absolutely will get a tank.
2 of them, each color.
Oh, I got you, Rob. All right.
Yeah, they're flames.
Write that shit down. Appreciate that. This one is definitely, this is my favorite one. All right, fellas.
I like the long
NBA
sleeves.
Finals. Oh, me too.
The long sleeves are nice.
Yeah, look what Steve said.
Yeah, yo, can we get a psychotic and iconic romper?
Nah, we can't.
For
we
your
can't.
challenge.
You know, man,
We're 40 days out.
it hurts me.
That shit better be on TikTok.
It hurts me, man.
It will be on TikTok.
It hurts me. As your friend, dude.
Yeah, well,
that
imagine
really-
being the one that's got to wear the
That's
fucking thing.
pain. That's pain. It's pain.
I don't care. It is what it is.
You know, people watch our show for fantasy advice. You think they're going to take it from you with a romper?
No.
I'm kidding. I love you.
It's going to change everything.
You throwing dirt on me. That's crazy.
I love you. I think you're smart as hell. I texted you earlier. Did I not say that?
You did say that.
I said, yo,
Thank
you're
you.
smart as hell, dude. Don't worry about not making the playoffs. It's okay. It doesn't mean you're not smart.
Chill, there's people watching.
It's okay. It happens.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Do we need to elaborate on why you're wearing a romper?
No, I've elaborated enough.
I mean, but we got a new audience here, you know?
Yeah, you might as well just say it again. Like,
Just give them a little preview, you know? You don't have to give them the whole backstory.
So basically, in our big fantasy league of 14 players, whoever comes in last has a punishment. This summer, we decided on whoever comes in last is going to wear a romper to the bar. And I came in last. So in 40 days, I'll be wearing a romper to the bar and ordering a
Man.
twisted tea.
I'm really sorry, man.
Me too.
No
It's
shame.
okay.
though.
Embrace it.
No shame.
I don't care.
Embrace.
You know what that means?
That's right. That's positive attitude. Embrace it. That's the great attitude.
It is what it is, dude.
Great.
You got just as better of a chance as anyone else to win the ship this year.
Oh, I'm winning.
It's a new year.
I'm winning the ship.
Nah, I'm in that league. You ain't winning shit.
You can come in second. That's fine.
All right, that's cool. Nah,
I
can't
want
take
in
it
on
this
that.
year.
I
can't.
went in on that league. All right.
Waiting list, bro.
Yeah.
Help
I'm
out
ready,
Mikey
though.
P. Help out Mikey
I'm
P.
actually kind of prepared a little bit. Quietly.
Well, it can't get
I'm the
any
quiet
lower.
storm.
It can't get any lower for me than it is right now. So I'm ready to go moving forward.
But I learned to not overthink it too, because when you overthink it, you make stupid picks and you don't actually think.
You know, that's a perfect segue
Yeah.
to the NBA Finals. You want to know why? I received a text after Game 4 from Mr. Pauls across the way right here. All right? I received a text saying, them damn emotions.
Oh, I got the
Control
same
your
one.
emotions.
I got the same text. I'm down the
Okay.
shore. I'm laying in bed with my girl, and all I see is him blowing me up, saying, "Oh yeah, them damn emotions. Control them. Control your emotions."
Almost midnight.
And I'm like,
And
family.
I'm like, man, he's.
I'm like, damn.
I'm watching the game and I just looked there and I'm like, Celtics in 5.
What did Mikey P say? Experience. Experience matters. Game 4, the Warriors win by 10, but they were commanding. I mean, they felt like they were comfortably handling this thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Right? Did we agree on that at least?
Dude, they only won that game because Steph is a fucking monster.
My response actually to Pauls was this. I said, you know, what are your thoughts? And I said, actually, I'm kind of hungry. I want a 43-piece, extra spicy lemon pepper with 10 celery sticks and 4 sides of ranch to cool it down. Because that was Steph's line right there. 43 points, 10 rebounds. What? And then 4 assists. Steph was unreal.
His signature moment.
And this is literally the performance that I've been saying. When we were talking about, you know, how these players rank and stuff, we were talking about Jason Tatum and where he ranks next year. This is the performance I need to see from this man just once in this series. I need a signature moment from him like this. This is the moment I was talking about.
Who says he won't deliver?
And he might. He might.
He will.
I hope.
He's good. He's a good player.
I got the Celtics in 6. I want him to win. I don't know. I have no idea. Tonight scares me
Why?
because
in
it's just
Golden
like,
State.
I think the Celtics are winning tonight, and I think they're winning in Boston.
There's
No, it's just
emotions.
like they haven't lost a back-to-back game in 5 months. Like it's just laws of average. Like it's gotta happen.
Exactly. So one of these times, if the Warriors are going to win, they're going to have to do a back-to-back.
And look, here's my perfect. I just thought of this.
Perfect
Actually.
chance.
I didn't even think of this, but here's my LeBron reference that I have to add into this because I miss him so much. When they came back on 3-1 versus the Warriors in 2016, the Warriors didn't lose 3 games straight for 3 or 4 years, and they lost 3 straight to lose that finals.
It's the
an opportune
You know what
time.
it means? The do factor's present.
It's due.
So
I want the Celtics to win.
I'm
I
going to
really
give you
do.
the line. Fuck the Celtics. Fuck them. Fuck them. All right?
Gotta let go.
I hate them so much.
Them damn emotions.
Yeah, and damn emotion.
Yeah, but you know what? The emotions don't cloud my pick. That's the thing. But they are the better team. I've already said this.
Mine
They're the
never.
better team.
they are
It's just the experience thing.
100% better.
It's just the experience for me. All right? You see the chef cooking?
I think the Celtics are experienced too.
Not on this level.
Why not? They won 2 games.
They never been
finals.
there.
Some teams
Exactly,
get there
and
get
they won
swept.
about 40.
What do you mean? They've been to the playoffs like the last 5 years.
It's a different level.
I know, but they had experience. That's not what I'm saying. They
This
had
is
This
Finals
roster has
experience.
changed a lot over the
They have
past few
finals
years.
experience.
Then they didn't have Eastern Conference Finals experiences, and what
Different
happened?
level.
They fucking
Different
they
level.
accomplished that. Now
You
we're
know
going to the
that,
finals.
too. You know that,
What do you
too.
mean? What does that mean? They
You
won
know
2
that.
games. They won 2 games. I
you
don't
have to
think
win
that has
both.
any factor in anything right now. I think what it is that Steph Curry is a monster. They don't
I
have an
agree
answer
there.
for Steph Curry, and Celtics get cold when Steph is hot. When that happens, and you turn the ball over with that against that team, you're done. You're done. If you turn the ball over against Golden State, you are going to be in trouble.
I
That's
know.
just what, and
they
that's
need
been the
Tatum.
result. That's all. That's all it is. If they can eliminate the turnovers, they can not get in these cold streaks for like 7 straight minutes. Then they're going to be okay
And what else I feel like is
because they play
coming
good
too?
defense.
Draymond. We now have 18 points and 17 fouls. I mean, he's just like he's literally just running around doing nothing and causing hell. He's playing like he's like Brandon Bass.
He's playing like shit. Let's be honest. He's playing like
His
absolute
mom is calling him out
shit.
on Twitter.
He's due.
He is too, and that's like
laws of
going
average.
back to Golden State. Here, you know what? Let me give the line to the people right now. All right, it's Golden State minus 3.5 in Golden State. They're hosting the Celtics, and it's in 45 minutes. The over/under's 211. I don't really touch that shit, but yeah, I know the game's coming up.
Forgot.
I'll tell you right now. I'll take Celtics plus 3.5, and I'll take the under 211.
And you're just sticking with just the fact that they don't lose back-to-back games,
I'm just sticking with.
or you just think
I
that
just believe in that team. I like their team. They respond when they lose. That's just all
mean,
it is.
I agree.
That's a
I
good
agree.
that's a good coach, and that's a team that responds to their coaching. So to me, that's a strong unit.
I'm scared you're putting a hex on him.
That's a strong unit. That's a strong unit. Is
I
it
know-
not?
I know.
They're a strong team. They're not no
I
fucking
know.
slouch. It's because they don't have flashy superstars like Steph Curry on their roster. If you put Ja Morant on there, everybody would love him. But now they don't
No,
have
I
that
love
flashy.
him.
But they don't have that flashy superstar. Like Jason Tatum's not that flashy.
No, I
guy.
said I would take Jason Tatum to start a franchise over John Morant when we did that segment 30 episodes ago.
I don't even know if I'm doing that, but I'm just saying.
You like Flash.
No, I look at John Morant and I look at this guy's a monster. This guy is not. He's not scared to take the last shot. I like a guy.
However,
like
I'm glad you said that actually because Jason Tatum does look timid in
that.
moments.
I love it. Like he every time the fucking Grizzlies need a job, who do they go to?
Ja.
They want the job to
Yeah,
make
no,
the
that's
last
fair.
shot,
I'll give
and
you
he's
that.
never scared to do it. So like
Yeah.
that's my thing. Like that's my argument with that.
Who
But
do you
I
think
just think
the MVP if the Celtics win?
I think Steph Curry should be MVP.
Either way.
Yes.
right
can't
now,
go that far.
if you're truly giving it to the most
Why
valuable
can't that be
player of
true?
the finals, it should be Steph. But they'll find a way to give it. You know,
They're gonna give it to Jaylen Brown, I think.
But why
You think?
can't? Here's my thing.
I do actually. Yes.
Here's my thing. Why cannot not be true? Like, why can't Steph Curry still be the MVP even though he lost? I mean, think about it. Most valuable player. Bro, if you watch the game, he's literally the most valuable player.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, to me, why can't he win the award?
Because there was a guy who didn't. You might remember his name. It's LeBron or something like that. That never won it, and he's been in finals against the Warriors twice. without a full deck and didn't win it. And
Well-
he put on a better performance than Steph has.
Well, that's history. Why can't we change it? Why
Because-
is that? Why
because
do we
he's
have
not
to keep
outplaying
But why do we?
the way LeBron
But why
was.
do we have to keep repeating history? Why can't we vote
Hey.
for the best player who's in the series?
That's fair.
me.
That's fair, though. But
I agree. It should be Steph.
Absolutely.
Jaylen Brown.
Come on, man.
Jaylen Brown came out in Game 3 and had 17 points in the first quarter.
Well, look, here's the thing. There's still a couple games left minimum. All right. So things should change. But for now, it should be Steph. Like there hasn't been anyone on the Celtics side that simply just took over this series yet.
So let me ask you a
It's a
question.
team effort all the way around over there.
It is,
Which is crazy.
So let me ask you a
But
question.
they're a great team.
Steph scores 43 again, back-to-back games. Just say he scores 45 apiece, right?
Yep.
The next 2 games, but they lose.
Yep.
He ain't the MVP.
No.
Come on, man. What we doing him right? Pause.
No, he's not the MVP. Well,
He's the
I mean, look, it would
most-
depend on what the other team was doing.
What is an MVP to you?
An MVP is somebody who impacts the game at a whole and gets the job done and wins.
That's a most. Yeah, but
Yeah, that is the most valuable player. But you can't be the most valuable player on the losing team.
why can't you?
You lost. What's the point of playing in those games?
But why can't you be the most valuable player? It says the most valuable player.
Yes,
he
to
is
the winning
obviously the
team.
most valuable player. He's
Yes.
4 in 48 games, dog.
No, look,
Maybe
I'm not
here.
saying
Like,
I'm not
what do you want him
saying
to do?
that.
Maybe you should give the MVP to Ime Udoka.
Jaylen, but it's
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying there's an argument
I'm
to be
just kidding.
had that an MVP could be a loser. Like, to me, like, he could make a case that he is the most valuable
He
player.
absolutely can, but the problem is you're acting like nobody on the Celtics is playing good. They are. It's just that Steph's team has been playing so bad.
just not one person
Jaylen
taking it.
Brown-
You said it best. You said it best. You said Steph's team, and then you said they are playing better. You saying
Yeah.
they referencing the Celtics and Steph as his own team.
Yeah.
Most valuable player.
No, his teammates are playing bad.
I'm just saying you are referencing Steph Curry as that is his team, right?
Yes.
But when you referenced the Celtics, you said they were. There wasn't one player that you named in that that
Jaylen
category.
Brown, I think, is the MVP of
But
the
you
Celtics
didn't
right
say
now.
Jaylen Brown and the Celtics. You
Oh
said
my
we.
God.
You said were. Right? Well, I'm being honest. If
I'm
he
here.
was the
I'm
guy,
listening.
if Kevin Durant was on that team, you
Yeah.
would say KD and the Celtics. Would you not?
Yes.
That's
But
exactly
what I'm
because
saying.
they don't
the
have
Celtics
that
are
guy.
a team.
Most valuable players. Steph
I
Curry.
understand that, but you can't do that and lose.
That's fine.
You can't do that
we,
and lose.
We could die on that hill. It's fine.
Honestly, though,
I'll die on this hill. It's cool. I'm
it
cool
really-
with it.
No, I
I
said
think
it
it's a
should
great
be Steph.
discussion. I think it's a great discussion. Honestly, like because like you start to hear it more and more and more that like why can't the loser be the MVP? Because technically he really is.
Right now, the
That's what I'm
MVP is
saying.
Steph for me.
He's
as
averaging
well.
I'm looking at
35
it
a
both
game
angles.
against the team that shut down Kevin Durant. So, like, I get the argument. I'm just saying I wouldn't give it to the team, the guy on the losing team. I wouldn't do that either.
And it's probably
That's
not
fine.
going to work
That's fine.
out that way anyway.
That's fine.
But as of this minute, I would agree. I say Steph too. But it's not going to be him if the Celtics win. Even though you and I think
It
this.
might, because the media and all them love him.
So
I don't know, man.
where do you sit?
I said I think it should be. I think it should be Steph. Right now, Steph
Okay.
is the MVP.
Either
Yeah.
way,
As of right now, yeah. I mean,
he
it
would
would all
get your
depend
vote.
on what we see. Yeah.
Okay.
But right now, yeah, he's the MVP, win or lose. He's been the best player in the series,
Yeah.
and literally keeping the Warriors alive.
But his
mean,
argument is LeBron would have had it all them times because
Well, of course
played-
he's saying that.
Well,
but he's not
it's a
wrong, by
fair-
the way.
He's not wrong.
But-
and by that standard, he's not
LeBron
wrong.
gets him charged.
remember, in 2015, the guy that won MVP held LeBron to 33, 15, and 9.
Look, man,
33, 15, and 9.
now you're seeing what I'm saying, though.
I agree with you. I'm just saying I can't go that route yet. I
Why,
can't
why
do
not?
it.
Why can't you just change history?
Because
bro?
I'm still hurting from 2015.
There's no need to hurt. Change the game. Change the game. If you love basketball,
No.
you want to change the
You can
game and
change
push it
You can
forward.
change it with my guy, not with
Push
this
it.
guy.
Push it forward, bro.
Yeah, push it.
For real.
Pause.
For real. If you want, if you believe, like you love basketball, right? Like you
Yeah.
do love the NBA.
I do.
right?
I love it.
And that's my point. So why don't you want to change that narrative about the
Because I actually believe
that-
that,
from that happening.
Jaylen Brown is playing fantastic.
but
like,
he's
I don't-
not playing Steph Curry level.
No, but who is? Nobody is.
Exactly. And most valuable player.
But
That's
here's
what I'm saying. You're going by the winning standard. I'm going by the most valuable player. That's the award's name.
All right, before we stop this, I'm just going to say it like this. Not for nothing, but in 2017,
Am I wrong?
in 2018, when LeBron James went to the finals with the Cavaliers, with J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver, Tristan Thompson, his arch is embarrassing. And when you went with LeBron James,
Sorry, you caught me off guard. I didn't mean to distract you.
when it was LeBron James, Matthew Dellavedova, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, and Kyle Korver, he should have been the MVP then. He had 51 in game 1, and the Warriors won it, and Kevin Durant won MVP. When Kevin Durant didn't see a double team the entire game. He should have won the MVP in 2018. That's how you can get tricky with that. That's
Okay.
how you can get tricky.
I mean, but as a voter, it shouldn't be unanimous that the winner gets it. Like, there should be some fight back with other voters to think, okay, wow, like Steph Curry deserved MVP. I'm going to put a vote in for him. That's how you change the game. Every time somebody wins a ship, it's always, all right, on the winning team, who's winning?
Yeah.
Why should it be like
well,
that?
I'll
Who's
tell
the
you-
best
I'll tell you
performer
what.
on the winning team?
They got a lot of voting procedures to
But
fix.
that's not what the
And
award
this is one of them.
says. The award says MVP,
Most
which means
valuable.
most valuable player.
So are you
It's not-
valuable if you lose?
Absolutely, I'm valuable.
Not you. I'm saying, is the losing team? They have the most valuable player. The losing team.
Why can't they? That's my argument.
They lost.
But they could still have the most valuable
No,
player.
they could have impact.
Badly.
No,
You
they-
guys,
wait,
you guys are potted.
Wait,
I have
they-
to pause both
Hold
of
on
you.
one second. They could have
Oh.
impact. That doesn't mean they're the most valuable. You could be impactful and not be valuable.
If the guy is having 40 points and he's averaging 48 and 4
Yes.
throughout the entire series, and nobody else even comes close. The second highest is 26 points.
Yes.
And Jaylen Brown. Just saying.
Yeah.
How is he not the most valuable player? He's scoring 40 and
He's looking
losing.
good and losing.
But he's looking good, and he's literally the best player on the court. It's not about looking good. He literally is the best player on the court.
Losing.
He's the best player on the court. Most valuable player should not just be on the winning team. In my
be on the
opinion,
fucking
Brother
team.
Rob agrees with you. And now that
Yeah,
is
he
my
should-
opportunity, though. I have to pause you guys, even though you're potting. You are literally potting right
Forbidden
now.
fruit.
All right. We got a prediction to make, though, because there's a game in almost a half hour, okay? Just about a half hour, all right? Golden State minus 3.5. That was great potting, guys.
that's what we do.
We got a lot of,
As soon as we
football.
take these headphones off, we're going at it again. So
I know.
pause.
I know. We're
Hey,
going to be
well.
watching the game when it happens. But we have a prediction to make. We don't have to really rehash Game 4. It was the signature Steph Curry game. That was it. That's
was
the
amazing
summary
to
of
watch,
Game
dude.
4. He's fucking spectacular. There's nothing else to say, right?
Yeah.
So we don't need to recap the rest.
Nah.
Let's make the predictions.
Who
though.
you got? Start us off. Because my mouth is dry as hell.
So is mine.
Well, we already know Nick said Celtics. And like you said, some point in time here,
I'm just saying. Fuck.
this streak has to be broken, the back-to-back thing. And I think it's tonight. I think the Warriors, again, this is the experience thing. They're riding the wave, and they're going back home. And like you said, Draymond's due, too, because he's been playing like ass. And Steph Curry, it don't matter if he's hurt. He is just balling right now. They don't have an answer for him. And this is not, I'm still sticking with Warriors in 7. I think the Warriors win this one. They lose in Boston. They come back and win in Game 7. That's where I'm at right now. I'm sticking with it. I got the Warriors tonight, and I think that they will cover.
If
It's going
Draymond
to be a
doesn't-
close game, though. It's not going to be a blowout. I think it'll be like, it'll wind up being like a 5-point game.
I made the analogy last week about Draymond being washed, and if he's not washed, he's in the shower with the washcloth. After Game 4, he was squeezing the body wash on the cloth.
These are
so we'll see
factuals.
if he's going to turn the shower and turn it on hot tonight.
He put Dial on there.
Yeah. Dial makes my skin break out, though. You got to use Dove.
Facts.
I'm taking the Celtics because I have the Celtics in 6. And I don't love the pick, but I got 10 toes down in the Celtics in 6.
I got the Celtics in 6.
All right. I mean, do you feel like you want to bet on this? Probably not. You don't feel confident. I already bet with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that.
I mean, we bet Manco pie on that. That's like 3 bets at 1.
But it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all
it's
for it.
fun.
I would get you Manco pie anyway for coming to Ocean City.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. All right, let's move on. NBA Finals, almost a half hour away. You two got the Celtics. I got the Warriors. It should be a good one. All right. We got a lot of football talk. Philly Phil, you know the drill.
Keep going.
I don't know if the audience can realize this, but we're starting to bring in a little bit more football.
Thank God.
All right. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're in mandatory minicamp stage. So we're almost there. Training camp is around the corner. This is how we're kicking off tonight, though. Contract year wide receivers. We've touched on these guys a little bit. Pause. DK Metcalf and Scary Terry McLaurin, Scary fucking, whatever you want to call him. These two receivers are officially holding out from mandatory mini camps. Those teams being the Seahawks and the Commanders. What do we think of this? And this, I don't expect this to be anything heavy here, but we do have to acknowledge this news right now because it's still, not for nothing. These are teams where the Seahawks are going in the wrong direction. Washington, who knows what they want to do? I know they want to compete, but you're going to have to pay that man some bread. A.J. Brown set a standard for the rookie year contracts, and then the other receivers that just got paid, they set a standard for the wide receiver position. So you can never rule out a trade before training camp or during. You can't rule it out. It's still the summer. There's still plenty of time for these guys to be moved on. What do we think is going on with these two wide receivers right now?
I think DK came to the realization that he's going to be playing with Drew Lock or Geno Smith, and he's like, yeah, fuck that. I'm getting paid before I have 300 yards receiving this year.
Can you blame him?
No. And then Terry McLaurin, if I'm Washington, I would pay him because he's really that guy.
I'll admit, I'm surprised they didn't pay him already. I thought it would have been done by now, and this is why I'm making the point, because I really thought that Terry would have been signed leading into all this stuff.
Especially after you give up 2/3 for Wentz.
Yeah.
Like, you would think that you would want to get him a guy.
He's a certified baller.
Absolutely.
So I'm a little surprised by that, and that's why I make the comment, because you never know, really.
They'll work it out.
They got a different front office in there. It's not Bruce Allen anymore. So you never know. I think that they'll get it worked out. But DK, I don't know, man. Are we thinking he's staying?
Yeah,
I mean, look, there was rumors about him getting traded after Russell Wilson left, right?
You know where he's going, dog?
Huh. New England.
New England.
They would love to have him.
New England. He's going right there.
It would. I mean, look.
That's your prediction?
That's my prediction. But a sleeper team, I will say, is the Baltimore Ravens.
What about the Pack?
I was going to say Packers, too.
I would say the Baltimore Ravens are.
They better. Somebody need to save 12.
In the conference, though.
The Ravens
so probably not.
Team.
I mean, look, the Ravens really do make sense.
Absolutely, they do.
But they're not going to overpay. They're comfortable.
Correct.
They're comfortable with what they have, but they would probably love to have one more. They're comfortable, though. They telegraph this.
I wouldn't be so comfortable.
I know you wouldn't be, but they are. They say they're comfortable. They telegraph this shit.
If I had a chance to get DK Metcalf on my football team, I'm going to figure out a way.
With a guy who's not the best passer.
Well,
I'm saying you want to help him. You want to help him by any means necessary.
And he's gotten better, too. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and then you put DK, Bateman, and Andrews. That's a hell of a trio.
That's what I'm saying.
I would go for it.
Why not?
They have a Super Bowl roster. I would be going for it, too. Give up a one. What are you waiting for? I think he's staying as of now, though. I'm going to say he's staying. That could change, though.
I'm telling
Once
you,
we get to training camp, that could change.
Bro, he saw Drew Lock and Geno Smith. He's like, fuck this.
He saw ghosts. Can you blame him?
They're going to be so bad. And Chris Carson's out now. Indefinitely.
Yeah, it's looking bad for his career, and it's a shame. Diamond in the rough player.
That's your guy.
He was good, man. He was a good player.
Yeah,
Diamond in the rough.
3 games a year.
Yeah, maybe in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I know. I like Chris.
Give him his respect.
I was only busting balls.
He got paid for a reason. He was good.
He was good. I know.
See, I think DK's in a tough spot though. Like, I feel like he's not on a prove it year, but at the same time, for him to get that kind of money, he's going to have to perform at some level with Drew Lock to get that money.
What's concerning though is that he didn't perform that well last year with Russell Wilson.
That team was in major disarray, though. Remember, Russ was out for quite a bit of time. That whole passing game has been disoriented since they made the switch to run heavy. This is almost 2 years ago now. This is halfway through 2020 season, right? 2020. Yeah, it makes sense. 2020, because when he was MVP halfway through the season, Russell Wilson, and they changed their whole style of play because they were cold for, 1 or 2 games? They changed everything, and they hadn't gone back. They had been run heavy.
I just feel like, to me, like when you talk about DK, you could argue that he's like in the top 5 to 7 wide receivers in the NFL. So to me, it's like when I compare him to guys like DeAndre Hopkins, who was always in turmoil in Houston, he was always getting his. Terry McLaurin went through 45 quarterbacks in the last 4 years. He was getting his. His stats are better than DK's. His stats are better than A.J. Brown's. Like, Ryan Tannehill isn't a standout. Like, there should be no excuse when Russell Wilson, the way he is portrayed and talked about in the NFL, there is no way in hell that he shouldn't be putting up those numbers.
DK should have been better this season.
Very true.
I agree with you, too. I mean,
agree.
he was playing hurt, but these guys are all playing hurt. So, like, we can't blame injury on everything, but he was hurt. I will say this, though, like, comparing him, Hopkins is a great example because he was kind of like, he was still productive even before he was a finished product. DK kind of had been inconsistent. And I don't think he's fully developed as a receiver yet. Like, as far as route running, that was always the criticism with this guy. I think that he's not a fully developed product yet either. So, between that and being inconsistent, this past year especially, how are you getting paid? I mean, you got to pay him a lot of money. If you're going to do it, you got to pay him a lot of money. You have to know that he's going to, you're going to build around this player.
It's crazy because, like, when you look at DK and you hear his name, he should be paid. Like, you would say, your mind says immediately, he needs to be paid as one of the top guys in the NFL.
Yep.
And then you kind of look at him, you're kind of like, not that his stats are bad, but I'm just saying you look at him, you're like, you could.
They're still great stats. It's just like, more. He maybe it's because we all know this guy's a freak and he could be a lot more. And he's still, like, again, this is a guy we can argue top 10 easily. He's an upper echelon guy.
So the best chance,
absolutely,
but the best chance for him to succeed and get his money is to get traded.
Yep.
So I think for him, he should want to get traded because if he stays with Seattle, he's going to be rocking with Drew Lock all year. Could hurt his stats, could hurt his capital,
and his ability to get paid by whoever else.
Exactly, it can affect the money.
That's what I'm talking about.
So my thing is, he should want to get traded so he can maximize his dollars. Go get traded, prove it on that other team that you're that guy, and they'll pay you because they already invested a pick in you.
Yeah, and
so they're not going anywhere. So if you show them like you're legit, you're going to get max dollars,
and you're going to get paid on your reputation.
Sure.
I mean, the next thing is this: from Seattle's perspective, why were you hesitant to trade him? You saw what A.J. Brown, the A.J. Brown situation had unfolded. Tennessee was not looking to move him, but they realized, it's probably not going to work out. We're a run-first football team anyway. We like to run the football and play defense. And they got rid of him at the height of his value. If you're Seattle, and like the Titans are way ahead of where Seattle is right now, Seattle's not competing anytime soon. Let's just put it this way.
It's so bad.
They're not competing for at least 3 years. Best case. Why not move him? Because DK's next contract's going to be done by then. Like, DK's new contract, I'm saying. Like, literally, he's going to get probably 4 or 5 years, 4 years. You're going to waste him, basically. You're going to be paying him all that money while your team's not competing. So I would get rid of him. I'd maximize the value right now, and I'd get a first and a third.
Go fix that offensive line because you need a running back now.
We'll see.
They drafted Kenneth Walker.
They did. I did not remember that.
Yeah, and he's going to play. They'll have a combo 1-2 punch.
It's him and Penny.
Rashad Penny. Yep.
Who played all right last year?
And Kenneth Walker's good. So we'll see. He's going to play a lot right away. Point is, though, you're not competitive. Trade the guy.
I know, but the problem is they have Tyler Lockett still. Like, what are you going to do with him?
I'd rather just keep him because he's going to net you more in a trade right now.
I know, but the problem is...
He's 30. You could get him at a much more cost-effective deal.
But if I'm Lockett, I would want to be out of there. If I'm a competitive
I would
dude,
trade both of them.
If I'm a competitive dude, why would I want to be left on his island? Why would I want to do that?
I would trade both of them right now because your team's not competitive. And you don't have a quarterback to develop. If you had a quarterback to develop and you had these receivers there, it might be a different conversation. But they don't have a quarterback to develop. They got two run-of-the-mill, mediocre, terrible players at quarterback right now.
Do you guys think, like, when Seattle traded Russell Wilson, because, like, I'm under the impression they had no plan. It was just get whatever you
They weren't thinking about it. They weren't thinking long-term.
And you got Pete Carroll, who's 75 years old.
They basically, it was a choice between two guys. It was Russ or Pete Carroll, and they chose Pete Carroll. How could you fuck that up? You've been one of the best teams in the NFC for years. Why would you be getting rid of Russell Wilson?
And they got lucky they drafted Russell Wilson because they had Matt Flynn. They paid him a big contract before Russell Wilson took over.
I got to be honest with you guys. I think there's more to that story that we don't know, because it doesn't even make any sense. So like there was absolutely something going behind closed doors that nobody knows about because they respect each other, but sometimes they don't see eye to eye. That can be true. But the media doesn't know about it because it's under the hush.
And there's probably some truth to that, Nick, except what we're being made to believe right now by the people who are inside that building is that they chose Pete Carroll. That's what everyone is saying right now. And I'm sure that there's stuff that happened. I'm sure that Russ probably had a choice here because they probably didn't agree on the future of the franchise. And I'm sure that Russ said, all right, well, trade me here. And he definitely picked his team.
Yeah, he did.
So, you know, I'm sure that there was some mutual agreement there. Hey, if you're not gonna do this and that, I need to be out of here. All right, sounds good. We'll ship you out. Fuck that.
Pete Carroll.
I'm changing my coaching
I think
staff,
there's
my
more
front
to the story.
office.
That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I believe. I don't know that, but I do believe that there is more to the story than a lot of people are privy enough to have the information to. That's all I know.
and you're exactly right.
It's
Honestly,
theories, baby.
Yeah, I mean, look, it doesn't.
This is
That's
correct.
a good point. I never thought of
like-
that. To be
No,
honest.
but he's right though. He's right.
like watch, like
Because Russ absolutely had a say in this anyway. It was just a closed door agreement that these teams needed to move on. These two sides needed to move on because they weren't in agreement on the future of the franchise. And it's been that way actually for a couple years. I mean, let Russ cook. It was a whole movement. It was a movement. And he was not happy. I'm sure he wasn't happy. How are you going to run the football 50 times a game with Russell Wilson, a quarterback?
Says a lot about him.
Really? Or it just shows that Pete Carroll needs to go and retire?
We're about to find out.
my prediction, you're going to see a report come out.
I already know what you're going to say
You're
about
going to
him.
see a report come out within now and a couple years that something was going on behind closed doors as to why Russell Wilson left Seattle. I'm
Oh,
telling
I
you
don't
right
doubt that.
I hope
fucking
so.
guarantee you can make it. You can bank on it.
I hope there's more detail.
Write it down.
I'm with it. All right, fellas. It is time to move on. We actually have we'll make this a quick one here because I mean I don't really know what's going to be said. Philly Phil, why don't you give us a little change up here? All right, we got an interesting little sparring match here that occurred on what was that podcast? Brandon Marshall's podcast.
I Am Athlete.
Yeah,
it's
I Am
actually
Athlete.
a pretty good podcast.
It is, and I can't believe I forgot the title for a second.
I listened to it. I'm in the podcast.
I do.
game.
No, I listened to them too. I just forgot. For
Yeah,
a
they are
second.
good.
But D-Jax, Antonio Brown. Here's a little debate for you guys. Let's see what happens. Let's see where this goes. We don't have to put too much time on this, but Deshaun Jackson and Shady were on the show recently, and everyone saw this, all right? Deshaun Jackson made some interesting comments about Donovan McNabb and all that other shit, all right? But there was another takeaway here. Deshaun Jackson said he and Antonio Brown have debates all the time about who is more explosive. All right? I want the audience opinion on this too. All right? Deshaun says he tells AB, you played with Big Ben for 7 years. I went through 5 to 7 QBs. If I had Ben Roethlisberger, I'd have 20,000 yards in his career. And then Shady went on to say Deshaun is the best deep threat in the history of the game. I want to hear your thoughts. And I want to hear the audience thoughts too.
I think he's fucking crazy, to be honest. Because I mean, look, he was a great deep threat, but that was his game. He wasn't able to. He didn't run the whole route tree. He didn't go over the middle constantly.
No.
And not for nothing, but Randy Moss is a better deep threat than him.
Facts.
Terrell Owens was a better deep threat than him.
Facts.
Hines Ward was a better deep threat than him.
Facts.
I mean,
Hines Ward.
yeah, he was.
No way. I
And
can't agree with you there.
not
You
for
had me
nothing-
till then.
No, Hines Ward was better than Deshaun Jackson, dude.
Oh, of course, but not a better deep threat.
Same shit.
No, it's not.
He's better than him.
He's a possession receiver.
Yeah, and I would take that over a run streak.
know.
So my other thing was,
I'm keeping you on schedule.
my other thing was is that if he played in the AFC North, he wouldn't have lasted because he played in the NFC East when it was garbage. So he was going to play against the Ravens, the Bengals, and the whatchamacallit. I can't think of the other team. The Ravens, the Bengals, and the Browns. When they were those games, he would have never survived.
Different brand of football in that division.
And not for nothing, again, too, like he's sitting there and he's talking like he didn't get injured all the time as well. So I don't know what you're talking about with I'd have 20,000 yards. He's just he's
20, I
insane.
mean 20,000. Like that's just crazy.
Well, he doesn't know math.
But yeah,
Yeah.
This is also true. But I mean, the quarterback point was interesting only because, I mean, certainly you could argue that he wasn't used enough. wasn't used. I mean, look at how these, like, you know how Tyreek Hill's being used right now, and obviously he's built a little different, but like the game has been a little different since then because he's shown he could get the ball in space and be explosive. Maybe he wasn't used that way enough, but the quarterback play definitely was lacking. I'm just saying, like, obviously, you guys already know how I feel about AB. He's in my top 5 all time. But Deshaun has a point about, you know, quarterbacks, and you could probably even say scheme, usage.
How long did he play with
I don't think he would have had 20,000 yards. That's not even.
How long did he play with Donovan?
Only a couple years.
I mean, not for nothing. Donovan McNabb had a stronger arm than Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, he had his best year with Foles in 2013 with 1,300 yards. And Foles was the actual Pro Bowl that year, I think.
Oh, yeah, that was the year. Yeah, that was Chip Kelly.
27-2. 7 TD game.
Yeah.
2013.
Against the Raiders.
The Raiders. Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. And then Shady, like,
I'm just trying to say, it's no doubt AB is the more explosive player. AB's the better player.
It's not even close.
It's not even close. But Deshaun has a gripe with the QBs and how he was used and stuff. Obviously, he's a deep threat. But, like, even so, like, I would have thrown him the ball some more, too. I'm just saying. I mean, he still might make the Hall of Fame as it is. So, he did all right, considering that.
20,000 yards.
If he had Big Ben...
How many seasons you got to have 20,000 yards?
Yeah, 20,000 ridiculous.
Consistently. Like
you said, he don't know math. But I'm just saying, like, if he had Big Ben, though, if he had Big Ben for his career, I bet you, yeah, of course he would have better numbers than right now, but not better than AB. They're not even in the same stratosphere.
He's not a better deep threat than AB.
No.
I didn't even mention him.
No, I would agree with you there.
There's
too.
Nothing he does better.
I'm an AB truther as a player.
He doesn't have better hands. He doesn't run better routes.
Yeah.
Now, he was faster than him, but not by much.
This topic is fucking stupid.
There you go. See, that's why I said.
Honestly, dumb as hell.
And you know what? It's.
I gotta call it out. It's fucking dumb.
And that's why we're gonna move on right now.
It's not even close. It's just like laughable. It's like people watching us be like, "What the fuck is this? Is that a real question?" Like, it's insane. Theory sides with you.
I'm right there with you guys too. All right, we're moving on. We got some Browns talk. And this is going to lead into our QB tier segment, which I will explain shortly. Okay? Philly Phil, how about a little change here? The Browns QB and team situation is up in the air. More Deshaun Watson news coming out daily, it seems. Daily. And it's not looking good, guys. I mean, by all accounts, most people think he's going to be suspended for the year. So, on top of this, we talked about Jimmy being excused from 49er camp. Baker was excused as well. We did not talk about it. We said we were going to talk about it. Baker was excused from mandatory minicamp. It looks like no matter what, he's on the way out when they could really use his services, if we're being honest. Mm-hmm. So, what do we think is going to happen here? Like, I need clarity on the situation. I need clarity on where the team is going and what you think they'll do at quarterback. And then that's going to lead perfectly into tonight's segment with the QB tiers.
I say you make your bed, you lay in it. I say you either stick with Deshaun Watson or you go to your backup. That's where I say, because you already shitted on Baker for no reason. You completely shitted on him. You disrespected him. You replaced Baker Mayfield, who got you a playoff win, the only one in the last how many years, Mike?
26.
26 years. He was the only player to do that, right? So we know what you did. He had a bad year. He was injured, and you shipped him out for a goddamn predator. How the fuck do you think would you guys feel? I would feel like absolute dog shit, and guess what? If I'm Baker, I would never, ever wear or don a Browns piece of clothing ever again. I'd burn it all.
I know. It's amazing because their current quarterback has 24 sexual assault cases. That's more wins than the Browns had from 2011 to 2017.
I'm gonna need you to speak up a little bit.
It's more. Fantastic. I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying watching this. It's
sad.
The craziest thing ever. And here's the thing: I don't think it's stopping because now they're even talking about other cases coming out with criminal charges. So now you're gonna have to go back with hearings and shit. And I mean, he's already going through depositions with that, but indictments. Where I was looking for. Excuse me. They start coming out with criminal cases again. I think you might be spot on with he might never play football again, dude.
They better hope that this contract is null and void when and if this guy gets what's coming to him, and we
And now
don't
they're
know
talking
what
about-
it is, but it's not looking good.
No, because now they're talking about he was bringing his own towel and it was just a washcloth, and I'm like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you?
I can't believe it, man. I mean, we're looking at a team that they have the roster to get places, and yes, Baker, for what it's worth, he had a bad year. All right, yes, he was injured. But yes, he played very poorly, and this was a team that was in the AFC Championship game the year before. They have a stacked roster. So what I'm going to ask you guys next, we kind of referenced this a little bit, is what should they do? And I know Nick just said you make your bed and you sleep in it. But this is a team that's got aspirations. If you could go out and get Jimmy G for, let's just say, a conditional 3 right now that gets bumped up to a 2 depending on the team's success, would you do it?
No.
If you're Cleveland, would you do it?
I don't think you can because you already gave away 5 or 6 picks to get Watson. I mean,
I don't listen. I don't know what it would be from here. I'd have to pull up their picks, but I'm just saying a conditional 3. Whether it's I don't know. I guess let's just assume it's this year. I'm going to bring up their picks.
The Browns thought the grass was greener on the other side, and that when just like Mina Kimes said on ESPN, that football would happen and it would go away. And my thing is the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it.
Absolutely.
And they were building something with Baker Mayfield. I know the year was bad, but something was building because they had some success. It was minimal, but there was something there. And you tried to go out and get the superstar, and they acted like they were just getting a superstar because he wanted out. There was so much more to that story, and they got greedy, and now they made their bed, and they're going to lay in it.
No, the problem was with Baker. This is what really the problem with Baker was. It was that the OBJ shit, the OBJ saga killed him.
Oh, yeah, that made it worse.
Because when OBJ left and performed on the Rams, everybody sat back and was like, damn, Baker Mayfield just ain't that guy.
Yep.
That's what killed him. That's actually really why the Browns moved on. From there, and then, now if you trade for Jimmy G, Baker, I'll take Jimmy G.
Me too, but Baker has the better upside.
I'll take.
Well, it's just not even possible that they could keep him. Though.
I'm saying.
That's
I'm
what
I
trying to
know.
say.
I'm
taking Jimmy G over Baker, but it's not like, oh my god, like it's not like a total upgrade. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I mean, you risked it all for that. You know what I mean? Like you're back to pretty much square one.
That's a great comment for Rob. Browns thought the grass was greener. They didn't realize the fucking water bill would skyrocket.
Facts. They're in a drought.
Well, I have an update for you on their picks. They do have a 2 and a 3 this year. So, yes, they could conceivably do a conditional 3 and maybe some other change for Jimmy, which even might be an overpay right now. But I'm just saying, if you have this team and you think that you're a playoff team and you're going places, do you do the deal? And you're thinking about winning.
If he gets put on the commissioner's exempt list, yes. Because
let's just assume Deshaun Watson's out for the year. Would you make that deal? And that's my question for you.
You
guys.
have to. I mean, you're gonna roll with Jacoby Brissett? And like you're saying, like the team is good. And you just actually you're not throwing the just Donovan Peoples-Jones anymore. Like you have Amari Cooper. You have a legit one.
And I think I would do it too. And here's why. Honestly, because if we're under the assumption he's not going to play again, which it could be possible, you're going to need somebody in there. And he's a steadying kind of force, Jimmy G. He's a leader in the locker room. And, I mean, let's just put it this way. Even if Deshaun did come back, you still have a quarterback you could probably trade away and redeem the assets you gave up in some fashion. So I wouldn't mind having both of them under contract, is what I'm saying, because you know how the Eagles operate. That QB room, they like having it stacked.
My question is, though,
you should be able to, if Deshaun came back, let's say, in a year, you should be able to move Jimmy for something. I just don't know what, but you should be able to move him for something.
I just thought of something. My question is when is if the cases and all this shit keeps building and building and building, and the NFL can't make a decision because the cases keep coming, he's gonna have to go on the exempt list. And then that's like the worst thing possible because he's not even allowed at the facility.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Here's a thought I just had. This is such an important offseason for Jordan Love. If he can perform at a high level during training camp and these preseason games, I'm not going to rule out Jordan Love on the Browns.
I mean, he might be able to send a fifth.
I'm not. If he can play at a high level where you're looking at the tape and you're like, yo, this guy improved. He's a starter in this league. What are you going to roll with Brissett? You can get Jordan Love for the cheap. He gets his chance to start. He gets to take over a team that's pretty stacked. Why not?
But what's the problem
He's that guy?
if Deshaun comes back in a year? What do you do with him?
Fuck him. Pause. No, for real. Get rid of him.
I mean, I guess you could recoup the asset there if he did play well, but you're also running a risk. I mean, if you're giving up.
Well, here I'll ask you a new question then. Who would you rather have at at this price tag? A conditional third for Jimmy G, or a conditional fourth for Jordan Love? Let's say. Who would you rather have?
Jimmy J. Because at
I'd
least I
rather
know.
have Jimmy too.
Because like I feel like at least with Jimmy, like here's the thing: even if you don't like him, you know that he's not gonna. You're not gonna sink.
I might be in contention for a playoff spot.
Correct. And that's a good division.
And that's a compliment from me. You know that. You know how I feel.
Yeah.
I at least know that he's not going to completely derail my team. And we already know that this coach has had success with very similar quarterbacks.
And you know that he's going to win
Kevin
games.
Stefanski.
He wins games.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like if Jordan Love can really ball out and really, like, you know, get people's attention, why not, man? Why not give him a chance? I think a fourth, I think you can get him for, like, maybe, like, a fifth. Because I think look,
He's got 2 years left, though, so the odds are you probably will have
that's fine. But they
pay
had
a little
Aaron
bit more.
Rodgers. Was he going to sink? Was he going to sit there and sink, or is he going to, you know, get moved? I feel like you have the leverage against Green Bay.
He has more worth to Green Bay for that kind of pick compensation than he does elsewhere. That's what I'm saying. He as a fifth, if you're only getting a fifth, he has more worth as a backup there than having to bring somebody in who doesn't know your system.
I say why not and give it a chance. If he's balling out, why not?
Wait, so who would you rather have out of those two with those deals?
I would take Jimmy G because I'm getting the proven commodity.
Yeah, right.
But what I'm saying is this could be I was just thinking. This
it's not a bad idea if he has a good preseason.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is actually a really important offseason because I'm sure he wants to play. He's been sitting there for the last couple of years. Now Aaron Rodgers signed his long-term deal. He ain't never going to see the field in Green Bay. So, like, why not get him a chance? So that's what I'm saying. It's an important offseason. If he can really shine, I mean, it's worth a shot. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. If they can't land the Jimmy G, why not? That's all I'm saying.
You went on the Jordan Love
Jimmy
train.
G. What?
You want Jordan Love to get a chance.
I do.
But either way,
it's weird. It's weird about it. I have a weird feeling about it.
No, I know because you said it about the Colts before. You mentioned it a few times prior, so I was just playing that over.
Either way, though, all three of us are in agreement. They need to go out and get somebody this year.
Absolutely.
To be able to play this year. So, there you have it. That's what P&I thinks. P&I thinks that the Browns need to go out and get somebody. Now, Philly Phil, we have finally made it to QB tiers. Let me explain this to the audience because this is going to be a running segment for a handful of shows here. All right? We're going to basically decide where all 32 starting quarterbacks and maybe some of the backups that are competing for a job, you don't know, because I mean, there's a few spots that may or may not be in question. You don't know. Anyway, so we're going to decide where these QBs belong. And that the categories are this: elite, great, very good, above average, average, below average, and mediocre. We're going to decide where every starting quarterback fits in those tiers. And we are definitely going to argue, I'm certain of it. So, this show tonight, so we're going to do 2 divisions every single show. So this is going to carry on for 4 shows. You got 8 QBs a night. Because we're getting into football. We got to do it. All right? We got to do it. So, tonight, we're doing AFC North. We were just talking about the Browns. And we got the NFC North. And we're going to start with the Browns. Because why not? It was the perfect segue. I set it up that way. All right?
Perfect.
Does everybody understand the rules?
Absolutely. You're so fucking gifted.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like this topic.
I love it.
All right? So, we are sure to argue. I'm looking forward to it. We got to start with the Browns, and I'm actually going to ask you a 3-part to this because I can. All right? Deshaun Watson. What QB tier does he belong in? And this is obviously under the assumption he's playing this year. What QB tier? And by the way, I have to specify another thing to the audience. For rookies and second-year starters who did not play a full season. So, like, not the Trevor Lawrences, because we saw a whole body of work. The guys who did not play a full season of work, basically, you're projecting what tier they're going to be in. Otherwise, every other QB that we talk about, we're talking about what tier they are in right now. All right?
Who's first?
So, first, it's Deshaun Watson. We're doing the Browns.
I got him at above average.
That's a player? Or you just...
Yeah, as a player. Why? I don't know.
Here we go!
He blew a 24-point lead last time he was in the playoffs.
He's not even...
And he was 4-12 last time I seen him play football.
He's not great. He's not very good. And he's not...
He's above average.
Wow. Oh, my God. We're gonna have a crazy fucking 4 shows then. This is where we're starting off.
Am I confused? 4-12, blowing a 24-point lead. If that was 2 other guys I know, it would have been a big deal. But
I can't
that's
wait.
where I'm rolling.
You want to know why I can't wait for this? I can't wait for Thursday's show because we're going to have the segment where we talk about 2 rings versus, Hall of Fame, no rings, that whole conversation.
That is a great one. I love that.
I know how much you guys care about winning.
Uh-huh.
All right? But that can't be the only thing. That can't be the only thing for you. That's the reason you have him as an average, an above average quarterback.
Above average, yes. Last time I saw him, he was 4-12. He had D-Hop. I'm going to need more from you. You're that guy.
Wow.
I'm going to need more.
So, oh my God.
He's lucky he didn't get, he almost had mediocre.
Is he a top 10 QB?
No. I haven't seen him. You're not going to take a year off and just come back and be a top 10 guy? What are we talking about?
Wow, this is a one way to start off here. I need to know what you're going to say.
I got him at very good.
Not great, though.
What's great?
I guess that's your definition. Basically, you define what it means.
Well,
Here's how I was thinking of it. Elite, I was thinking these are the top 5, 6 guys in the league right now. When I was thinking great, I was thinking top 10, and they occasionally show that they're elite, but they're not quite there for a number of reasons. Very good means they can be top 10, but again, this is more like, okay, they're in the top half, and they're solid starters. But they show that they could be more. They have moments of elite sometimes. They have moments of greatness. Above average means you're a good enough starter to me. Well, you're a starting quarterback, and you do a little bit more than replacement level, which will be average. Okay, I can get some things done, but I'm not expecting too much from you. I'm not expecting you to go out and win me some games. Average, like, okay, I can maybe sneak by with you, depending on who you are and where you're at. Below average, nah. You're probably a backup quarterback. You could play like half a season maybe. Below average means you're going to get fucking upgraded on. And mediocre means you just flat out suck.
I got
garbage.
Garbage.
And
here's the thing.
So that's how I look at this. And you guys can do whatever you want. This is totally free reign here.
Correct. Because we haven't seen him play since 2020. 2020, right?
Yeah.
That was the last time. So we don't really know where he's actually at right now. The last time, I'm watching Twitter. He's throwing picks in minicamp, throwing pick sixes, and that's all. You know what I mean? Like
sometimes the truth sounds stranger than fiction. I'm a truth teller. It's not what you want to hear, but you need to hear it.
I think he's very good. I think he's super talented. I just need to see what he can do when he's on the field with the Browns, because the Browns actually have talent and they actually have a really good team. Now that he has a good team, I want to see where he could take the good team, because he was in Houston. I will be fair with that.
And he had some success there, though. Like let's not forget.
No,
like, he had
they made the
4-win season. I get it. That was the most recent. And I know you guys, of all people, are going to hold win losses against the quarterback. That's just what you do.
Oh well, if Brady went 4-12, y'all be on my ass too. Pause. But
I don't expect that out of him anyway.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But
I didn't expect
he's also never going to be playing for.
Watson, no.
He never would have been playing for a Houston Texans.
Nah, but he's different.
So, well, he was drafted in the 7th round. Here's the difference. The one guy got drafted in the top, 13? And the other guy got drafted in the 7th round to a phenomenal team. So that's the difference. I mean, you can't pick and choose sometimes where you wind up. So, Deshaun got placed with arguably the worst franchise in the NFL. And he made something out of it for a brief period, but the limitations caught up. And Bill O'Brien's just a fucking moron.
Yeah.
So, we already see somebody jumping to Jalen Hurts. Well, listen, Daniel Cook.
We'll be there.
We're a ways away from the NFC East, but I will write that down. He says Hurts is average. We'll let you know. All right? So Deshaun Watson, I say elite, but you guys already know. I said he's a top 5 quarterback. As a player, remember, this has nothing to do with the character at all. This is why they paid the big money and the big compensation. He's an elite quarterback in the NFL. Statistically, eye test, it doesn't matter how you shake it. And yes, he did have some success with a very, very poor franchise. Very poor. I know that you got recency. That's okay. That's your MO. That's, I'm looking at body of work here.
Oh, me too.
He still had a phenomenal year that year, and it is still a team game last time I checked. Now, yeah.
He had a phenomenal year.
He didn't throw for almost 5,000 yards.
He got 4 wins out of 16 games.
Here we go. But it's not a team game to you. It's a quarterback.
He had the best wide receiver in football.
What else did they have?
Don't matter.
It does matter. I already know how you feel about wide receivers, too. You guys are both saying you're expecting significant drop-offs from contenders because of a wide receiver.
Guaranteed. I cannot.
But that's the difference.
It's major.
But that's the difference. That you're talking about one player.
So
and this is the overall Houston franchise. Their team was absolutely garbage.
But here's the thing. When he took them to the playoffs and they were garbage, he was elite. When they didn't take him to the playoffs and they were garbage, he was elite.
His last season, he did not have DeAndre Hopkins, and he still threw for almost 5,000 yards. He was extremely productive.
I bet you he'd rather throw for 3,000 yards and win 10 games.
I bet he would.
5,000 yards and win.
I'm just telling you, he's an elite player. That's all.
We'll see. Because next time he steps on a football field, maybe 3 years removed.
He might not ever step on it again. And this is
fair.
This is why we start with the divisive topic here. All right. Next, this should be these are quick ones.
Very
Jacoby Brissett, who could be your starting quarterback of the Browns. What tier is he in?
He's below average.
He's
That's actually generous. I said mediocre because actually, yeah, he's
like
mediocre
the guy.
because he can only step in for 2 games, not half the season.
I'm gonna go below average. I've seen him what he did in New England. He balled out a little bit. He balled out a little bit. He's got something to him.
He did well for the Dolphins.
He does backup quarterback.
Yeah,
like he's one of the better backups in the league.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he has moments where he's average,
mediocre,
maybe even above average. I know it is because I have to throw some names in there.
I know. I
actually found myself when I went through all these teams, I found myself having a hard time using that word because that's the ultimate disrespect. But I'm talking about Jacoby Brissett as a starting quarterback.
I fuck with him, yeah. For real.
I can't.
I fuck with Jacoby.
But I like him as a backup.
I like him.
Yeah.
So all right,
Solid.
Baker Mayfield.
I will say
Just because we have to.
Above average.
That's where I got him to.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's fair.
Reasonable starting quarterback in the league. He shows moments of being more than that.
Sure.
And we all agree on that.
Yep.
I mean, he showed he might have been more than that before. He regressed. So I say, yeah, above average.
That's fair.
Cool. All right. Well, hold on.
Look at us agreeing.
Look
Look at
this.
us agreeing.
How about that? We agreed on Baker Mayfield of all people.
I was teetering on that elite status, but I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's your guy right there.
Well, no, I thought we were talking about his progressive commercials because they are elite.
He's solid on the commercials. We'll give him that. All right. We have another team to go to, and we're going to start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mitchell Trubisky, who's currently projected to be the starter. I mean, I actually kind of want to know this from you guys. Who's starting week 1? If you had to guess right now, because there's some people saying that Kenny Pickett might win this job, and it's super, super early to be saying that. I want to know who you think's starting. I think it's going to be Trubisky.
I'm saying Trubisky.
As of now, I wouldn't rush the kid when you're literally hitching your whole future with him. So I think it's Trubisky. And Nick is vomiting in his mouth right now. You should put this. Yeah, he's smiling now, but you should have seen how sick he looked a second ago.
He stinks. What are we talking about, dude? He's fucking average quarterback.
Wow, that's a compliment. I thought you were going to say worse.
Quarterback.
I had him at below average.
Well,
below average.
But here's
Mitch
the thing.
Trubisky.
It's not really a compliment when you were like a top 5 pick or a top 10 pick. Like the fact that you're an average quarterback as a top 10 pick, dog, you're ass, and you're young still. The Bears been looking for a quarterback for a long ass time, and you failed.
Yo, not for nothing. He made the playoffs twice with that franchise.
Well, that's why. Now this is what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you to uphold your standard of winning. This guy won some games.
And what's crazy is it was with Matt Nagy.
I need to understand
Their defense was good.
If you're upholding the way you guys look at wins and losses for a quarterback, you should probably be saying he's above average at least.
I said he's
because
average.
he's won some games.
Average.
I say he's average too.
He's an average
And
quarterback.
he's had some moments.
And there ain't no,
I just put him at below average because, like, dude, you were a backup last year. Like, I mean, that's saying something. But I mean, look, you brought up a great point because it looks like Jimmy G and Baker are about to be backups.
And those guys, I mean, look, they went
they're
out.
starters.
They had.
the starters.
Yeah, so I don't like. It is tough to grade. Like, I see what you're saying there, like, because it is very tough. But
I'm just saying because he won some games. Now that doesn't mean. I think he's booty. I think he'll be a good backup. I think he'll be a good. He's a good. He's a good backup quarterback who has. He could be. Yeah, go ahead, Ray. I never say that, by the way. That's just. Like,
all right, perfect.
But I mean, who knows though? I'm not gonna say like he don't have a skill set either. Like I would have liked to see him go to a different team, and I think he might have had some success. I think he's not in a great situation, especially that offensive line is still. It's still.
He's got weapons though.
He's got great. Yeah, he's got great weapons. So
We'll see.
I mean, he's gonna have to run a lot. Good thing he can run.
Yeah, he can run.
And that's another reason why I wouldn't start Kenny Pickett, who I think, I will say this, because my next question was, where would you put Kenny Pickett? If you had to project where he's going to be, if he plays this year as the starting quarterback, where would you project him to be? I'm going to just say average.
I'm going to say below average.
And really, I feel like Trubisky would have a better season with this current roster.
I'm actually gonna say mediocre.
Mediocre.
Because I think their offensive line stinks, and that's a brutal division. You got two
he's not as
good-ass
mobile.
teams in that division. Yes,
So I
correct.
thought average was a compliment. Honestly, like I felt like that was a super reach for me. I said average because I just don't think there's going to be too much of a difference with either of them. I don't like their where they are right now. I don't like it at all.
What was up with his hand size? They were making a big thing about it, right?
That was the talk of the entire offseason.
It was.
Yeah.
Now
He's got many hands.
All
Can't
right.
grip the ball in the cold weather and in the rain and
is that true?
I mean, he played in Pittsburgh for college, so like I mean, he did have some fumbles, but
They ain't nothing like December football.
I know.
In Pittsburgh.
and New England,
There's some people
It's
worried.
cold and it's rainy. So is he going to be able to handle
Cincinnati,
it? I mean, look,
Cleveland. It's cold.
I'm sure he can. He's an NFL quarterback. I mean, you're not getting drafted first round if people actually really believe that. In my opinion, like I mean, is he undersized in the hands? Yeah, that's fine, but he can still play quarterback. So I don't know. I would go below average just because of all the reasons you guys named.
It's just not a good spot for him.
Yeah,
Not a good spot right now.
Not now. Right.
I see some comments in the audience. You guys, you're with some different teams.
They're beefing.
I hear you. I love it. But I actually want to hear what you think of these quarterbacks too. I want to hear where you rate these guys. And Phil, you could just copy and paste that rankings thing.
I did.
You already did.
I did it
But
twice.
you could. Oh yeah, he did.
Who's next on the list?
So, all right, we're moving on to the Cincinnati Bengals Super Bowl losers of last year, Joe Burrow. Where do you got Joe Burrow?
Elite.
Really?
Elite.
All right. I mean, I'm not even going to argue.
It single-handedly changed the franchise. Dude's rated. He's made of the right shit. Made it a right.
Is this
shit.
just because you think he is now, or you think he will be? Because I think his season, even though yes, he finished incredibly strong.
I am a big Burrow fan.
I'm
I
a
really
big
do
Burrow
like
fan too.
Yeah, I like him.
I just don't. I can't use the E word because the production wasn't there for half of a season, maybe even more. And this was a running football team for over half the season. I'm not saying that I don't love Joe
They
Burrow.
fixed that line though.
I do think he's gonna ascend to that tier for me. I'm saying right now, he's great,
I'm with
and you saw it.
I'm with you. I got great.
He's not elite yet, but he will be.
He
right?
will be. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm with Mikey P.
Do you
on
have
that
him?
one.
Do you have him top 5 coming into the season?
No,
No.
Nope, I don't either. But like, where do I think he'll be?
it's close.
I have him at 5.
He's
It's
gonna
close,
be
that's right.
he's gonna be right there, and I think that the Bengals are gonna buck that trend of teams that don't have success when they lose the Super Bowl. I think that they improve the roster and they look really good. So, I mean, that's gonna be a competitive top 2 in the division right there, though. Leads us to, I know this is gonna be a divisive subject. The Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. What tier do you have him in?
I got him in great.
Good, man. Good. I wasn't expecting that.
I have him in great. I just
I'm
don't,
proud
I don't
of
think
you.
he's elite.
Wait, what?
I don't think he's elite. I think
I'm proud of you.
I am. Honest to God.
that might have to be the
So
title.
at least
I was taken aback by
what
that. I
this
can't believe
does
that.
right here. What do you think,
proud.
Nick Theories? Before I say what I'm going to say, pause. I'm stunned. I thought you were going to say a lot worse than that. I'm proud of you.
I was teetering between very good and great. But without him, the Ravens aren't the Ravens. Like, they changed their whole identity on offense for him. So he is a great player. Otherwise, a franchise is not going to alter their offense around you if you're not great.
He's fantastic.
So
he's an MVP.
So he
won a playoff game.
He's in the great for me. However, I was only thinking very good because when I think about playoff performances or playoff success,
Yeah, you want to see more.
there's nothing there. You know what I mean? Like, they've always been in a position to be Super Bowl contenders, and they always fall short.
You want to know?
And it's a shame because
And-
last year would have probably told us a lot. We needed to see what
Yeah,
would have happened.
agreed.
Right.
I think we're going to learn a lot this year because they were starting to trend upwards. They got over that first round playoff hump, right? It's only natural to think, hey, he progressed as a passer last year. The roster was great. They probably would have done it a step further. I mean, without argument, I think that everyone thought they were a top 5 roster for the last 2 years.
Two things.
So
for
they're
me.
like, they were an ascending team that just totally collapsed. Injuries were
That killed
very unkind, and like, you hate to make that an excuse, but they literally, you've never seen anything
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
That was
He-
like,
He did show a lot of improvement as a passer last year. And for me, like, things that go into playing quarterback too are character. And I think he's a high character dude.
Me too.
Like, I think he says all the right things. He's never in trouble. He gets sick a lot. I don't know what his immune system's doing.
you guys saw what Tom Brady said about him.
Yeah, I am a fan of Lamar. The only thing that worries me is like his style of play is like, yo, can you go through the playoffs and win a Super Bowl? I do have questions about that. But MVP, he's great.
Godfather says very good.
Yeah.
All right, Godfather, if you want to give an explanation, feel free. We're going to read it. All right? But I say great as well. I say great.
Look at us.
because he has moments of elite, but hasn't sustained it just yet because he was still in the process of ascending. I think that
They better
if
pay
he
him.
had a full body of work last year, we could be talking differently. He got hurt. The team was just savagely destroyed. He was ascending though, and he had a
I'm
couple. He
surprised
had a
by
couple.
yours.
He had a couple game stretch.
They better pay
Few
his
game
ass.
stretch. Well, yeah, he's a franchise-altering talent. That's what you would call him.
Bang. Yep.
Because he has all the tools, and he shows development. So that's why you should go out and get him another weapon. Because even though, hey, the room looks all right, go out and get DK.
Facts.
Give him one more thing to work with.
He is better than all right. Go get
You
him
know,
a receiver.
and
That's what I'm
Rashad
saying.
Bateman is better served to be that route running type that runs the whole tree and get yourself a fucking big deep threat because this guy's got a cannon.
And you got Mark Andrews.
He's got a cannon, and Mark Andrews is phenomenal.
J.K. Dobbins coming back.
If you put
They're
DK
loaded,
Metcalf
bro.
on the
They're a
outside,
loaded team.
if you put Bateman and Andrews Bateman and Metcalf with J.K. Dobbins in the backfield, Mark Andrews would eat underneath like it's no one's job.
Yeah,
and
he
he
would
ate
eat.
last year, and he was the only player
And
they
he was
had.
doing everything.
He was doing everything.
He can't be stopped in the seams. Nothing. The red zone. It's just impossible.
He's on my radar.
He's.
Yeah.
You could say he's elite now.
That's fact.
He is a
You know.
Yeah, he is.
He's, wow. So I mean, kudos to you guys. I really wasn't sure where you'd go with that. I thought this was going to be the one where we were like,
I don't cap.
Yeah, I don't need
good for you, man. All right. NFC North, and we're ending after this division. I know we're a little over time and the game's on, but
Good. They're loving
we got to, this is the best, man. It's football. It's football. It's the best, all right? Where do we start? All right, let's just start with the Bears. This is tough because Justin Fields did not have a full season. The team is ass.
He's overrated.
But
I'm
Justin
saying mediocre,
Fields,
bro.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, 'cause
mediocre.
The problem is,
You don't
bro,
remember the
He's
game?
middies.
Do you remember the game we watched here? I forget. It might have been. Was it Baltimore? I don't even remember. We watched him literally. No, it wasn't Baltimore. There was a game here we watched together though, and you saw like, okay, this is what they drafted to be. It was the fourth quarter, and he was starting to make some elite throws.
Yep.
And he was escaping the pocket. So you don't see any.
Here's the reason they hired a defensive guy.
I mean, because remember, so
don't like
here,
it.
Justin Fields. This is the first example of a guy. We were just talking about Kenny Pickett. All right, but this is a guy, second-year quarterback, who did not get a full sample size. So we're projecting where he's going to be, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing with Justin Fields. So you're projecting he's going to be mediocre because of what they surrounded him with, right?
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's
Because remember,
what
this
he's
is a
surrounded
projection.
with,
This is a
and
QB projection.
Their head coach. And I just I don't know. Like, I loved him when he was coming out of college. Like, I thought he was made of the right shit. I thought he could do it. But like now it's just like the Bears organization as a whole, dude. Like, I'm down on them. And they lost Allen Robinson.
They did him a major
A lot
disservice.
of people are really high on Justin Fields this year.
I know. I
don't know why now. I like the talent.
I like the talent. I don't know.
And I think Darnell Mooney's a hell of a player too, honestly.
Yeah, I got average. I think he's an average quarterback.
I got him at average. And again, this is because it's kind of referencing Paul's.
right.
I think they put him in a horrible position, and I think you're going to see him make some plays, but there's just not enough there for him to continue developing.
I don't love his weapons.
He has Montgomery.
I feel
who's
awful
like
for him.
Your regular running back.
Yeah,
He does what
I
he
mean,
does. He gets 25 carries a game.
Montgomery's not terrible.
No. He's your average running back. He's better than average. I'm just saying he's 25 carries a game, 80 to 100 yards. You know what you're going to get.
Right.
And then you got Darnell Mooney.
Yeah. And they got rid of Allen Robinson, so they really don't. You know what I mean?
And you hired a defensive coach. Your problem wasn't defense for
Right.
the main part. Your sole job should have been to develop
they couldn't score.
Develop the quarterback. You went from Matt Nagy
I
to I can't think of the guy's name. It's like Strudfeder or something like that.
It's astonishing. It's Matt
Eberflus, yes.
Meat Eber.
Yeah.
They got Tajay
Matt
Sharp,
Eberflus.
Dante Pettis.
Tajay Sharp.
I mean,
Dante Pettis, that ship has sailed. Jeez. Yeah, I got him as average, guys. So it's a shame, man. How could you not learn from everything going around the league?
Got the
and
way.
that's what you do with your second-year quarterback. That's a shame. All right, Jared Goff. Well, what are we going to say?
going back
What are we
to
gonna
Justin
say?
Fields, however, I will put this on record. I am a big fan of Cole Kmet. I think he's going to be a really good tight end.
They're expecting a leap there, obviously.
Yeah, I wanted to say that.
I think that he probably
believe in
will
him.
be a good option.
He's a good player.
And Justin Fields himself might have some relevance. I mean, you got the legs there, and I assume that whoever's calling the offense this year will actually utilize that in his game. Because Matt Nagy, I don't know what he was thinking. I have no idea what he was thinking. He did not use him properly, though.
Well, he's got Byron Pringle, too.
And they're expecting him to be a solid number 2, which he showed a little bit of signs.
He
but
wasn't
again,
a solid
this
number
is,
2 with Patrick Mahomes.
This is
It was
Patrick
solid.
Mahomes. Yeah, right. This is
Totally different.
Yeah. Boy, you're on my hit list for that.
Those are two totally different animals.
We're talking about those guys on Thursday.
Can't wait.
I'm coming after you for that.
We'll see.
I can't believe you. I shouldn't have said hit list. I meant to say shit list, but still.
Yeah, make sure you clarify.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know what I'm about. All right.
Middies.
Jared Goff. Middies. Yeah, that's exactly right. Jared Goff. Middies. All right. Jared Goff. Where you guys got him?
Average.
Wow. Theories?
I got above average.
Wow. So he's a reasonable starting quarterback for you?
Absolutely. Why not?
I had him at below average. But I mean, when the circumstances around him are perfect, then he can ascend to the next level for me. Actually, when the circumstances around him are perfect, which they could be this year. He is actually kind of above average when the circumstances are perfect.
Yes.
But remember, this is where he is right now. I think he's below average right now because he's
Made the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, he listen. I actually kind of feel pretty good about the Lions right now.
They're ascending.
And like I said, this is right now. Right now, he's below average. Maybe with the improvements that you've seen around the team, he's more.
See, I don't mind Jared Goff. I think he can play.
So do I.
I actually
He's
do
all right.
like him as a quarterback. I think he can play. I do. I think he's not perfect.
He's
not-
limited.
Right. He's limited to his
Actually, you
ability.
know what? Screw it. I have him in average because I'm kind of going against my own theory here. I'm weighing him against the other guys I rated, and really he's kind of the same as the people I have in the average group.
Like
I'm
actually
okay
think-
saying average because
Yeah.
he can win some games.
Right.
So I'm okay saying that. He's
He had the Lions in a
he's
lot
an
of games. last
okay
year,
starter.
The Lions were competitive.
Jared Goff
They
had
really
a good
were.
close to the season too.
Yeah.
He finished the season well.
He made some clutch plays. Too.
when Dan Campbell took over the play calling. He
Love that
actually
guy.
did
Love
perform
that guy.
better.
I would play for Dan Campbell in a fucking heartbeat.
Godbar says below
Joe
average.
Judge,
Well, I mean, Joe Judge is out of the league.
where he belongs.
Either way, I would be a giant or a lion. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I play for both of them. Yeah. I like this kind of coaches, like the guys that just fire you up, man. Like you need that. You don't need a laid back dude. Like guys rally around that energy, man. When you have a lot of fucking like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just fucking move on. Because I'm gonna keep repeating myself because that's just the kind of guy that I would
passionate.
Fuck it, you
Absolutely.
know what? I'm sticking with what I said first. I have to say below average, all right? Because he could have been better. He could have been better. All right? There's a reason the Rams move on. He's below average. Fuck it. I'm not changing because what I heard from you guys.
Made the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I know. All right. The Vikings. Kirk Cousins.
Average.
Interesting. All right. Average for you. And you say that this average quarterback is going to win the division.
Absolutely.
God
Absolutely.
bless this guy.
Absolutely.
He says he's average. He's a prolific passer, though. He racks up some stats.
He is
He's
one
actually
of the
probably in the
weirdest
top
quarterbacks.
10 statistically, probably in the last 5 years.
Bro, he's
and this
so
is,
weird.
again, this is offhand reference. I could probably assure you he's in the top 10 in all major categories. Maybe even higher.
It's
So
just
he's
like,
an interesting case.
They don't convert to winning. Like, I just don't get it. It's going to convert this year because we're winning the division. So.
Oh, man.
Where you got Kirk?
I'm biting my lip if you can't tell.
I'll go. I got very good.
All right.
I think he's a very good quarterback. What? The last 2 seasons, he had 68 touchdowns and 20 interceptions in the last 2 years. That's very good to me.
Yeah.
So, Nick,
That's 34 and 10 a year.
you're going to like
That's
this.
34 and
overall.
10 a year. That's a good season.
You're going to like this then, Nick.
That's a good season.
It's all right.
Here, let
not middies.
me support you. I laughed because I was laughing at Paul's, not you.
Fuck's many.
I say
51 and 51 is a starter.
Okay, but
That's the definition of middies.
No, I'm not.
And he's going with division this year.
I think he's a very good quarterback.
I won't argue there.
I think that's what I said.
Yeah, I won't
Very
argue there.
good.
Yeah.
your father says below average. I say
Nah,
above average because
he's on middies.
I'm going to say above average because he's pretty steady. All right, he definitely puts up the stats. He can run an offense pretty well. I say above average because obviously I haven't seen him do enough in the postseason. I haven't seen him do enough in big games, and it's a consistency thing. Because when he's hot, he's great.
He can play.
Actually, like he goes up a few notches. When he's hot, he's great. But he will put up the stats.
But when he's in the
He will
bottom,
be good enough. He'll keep you competitive. He's above average.
when he's in the bottom, though, he's in the fucking stuff.
Exactly.
When he's off, dude, he's off.
So where do you have him ranked? You don't have him ranked in the top.
He has him average, and they're winning the division.
You don't
apparently.
have him. You don't have him top 14.
He's in the top 15, I would say, right around that 15 range. Middies.
But that's not an average quarter. If we're going by the rankings here, that's not the average quarterback.
Well, remember,
He's
this is
top
your
5.
definition.
This is your definition.
This is
we're
however
going
you
by that.
define it.
No.
I'd
I'm
say
doing my own
top
thing.
15 guy
I think he's very good
is
quarterback.
top 15 would mean probably very good in my book.
I mean, look
That's
at the
why
stats.
he's above
the
average.
stats tell me otherwise.
The stats definitely will say even more. The stats might say that he's great.
You got to have stats, but they gotta go towards winning.
I get that. No, I'm with you. I'm all about.
But they've been
winning. I'm
losing
all
a lot
about
of games and playing a lot of, from
I'm all about
behind.
winning, bro. All
From
about
behind, Pauls.
Yeah.
And that leads to some statistical
Dude,
wonders.
at one point, he had like 25 touchdowns this year and 3 interceptions, and they were 3 or 4 games
solid
under
ball.
500.
I mean, he's
yeah.
solid.
He's a very good quarterback.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron Rodgers. And I hope this is an easy one because we got to close out the show anyway.
Yeah, I got him at great.
The 2-time reigning MVP is just great.
He's great. He's 2-3 in his last 5 playoff games. Jimmy G has been to the same amount of Super Bowls as him.
See,
and
this
Jimmy
is
G's,
what I don't like
and in
about
the last
what you're
3
doing.
Years, in the last 3 years, Jimmy G's been to more NFC Championship
What I
games.
don't like about what you're doing is you don't uphold this win-loss standard with everybody else.
He ain't winning.
How is he just great and Jared Goff's average when he just won how many games last year?
Yeah. He's an average-ass quarterback. But here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers can win you games in the regular season, but when he gets to the playoffs, does he elevate his teammates? Absolutely not. You know that's true.
You're looking at a couple of examples over a long, long career in the NFL, my friend.
I'm looking at a couple of examples that date back to 2010. We're in 2022.
I can't believe you. I can't even look at him.
Hey,
I can't.
I told you.
I can't look
I'm
at you
a
right now.
truth teller.
I can't.
There is no excuse that in the last 3 years, somebody you tell me is middies has been to the same amount of Super Bowls as him in his entire career.
You think he's
and more
equal,
NFC Championship
he's
games?
equal to Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow's better than Aaron Rodgers right now.
Who's been to the Super Bowl more recently? Who's had more success more recently?
Do I really even need to go there?
I'm just saying. Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I want
Shame on you, Godfather.
I will never talk to you again for you just.
Shame.
See? He knows what I'm talking about.
Shame.
No, I'm being serious, dude. He's not somebody I want to be in a foxhole with. When you go down by 10 points with Aaron Rodgers, you have no chance at winning.
I can't believe I'm even typing this out. Theories.
I got elite.
Thank you. For the love of
It's Aaron
God.
Rodgers, bro. I mean, look, I'm
the
not
love of
I'm not the
God.
biggest Aaron Rodgers guy, but he is an elite quarterback.
He's great.
He's an elite quarterback, bro.
He's great.
Amidst everything that happened with this
that's your
team, I
opinion.
know
That's
that
fine.
I know
I ain't
that
gonna
his
change your
playoff
opinion.
performance last year was ass. I get it. But look at the team throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
Look at this team. And we just removed Devontae Adams from this equation.
Correct.
Look at everything there. With
Yeah.
all the injuries they had, and this roster was kind of looking like poo, honestly. The offensive line was a wreck, and this team was still the best team in the NFC, and he won MVP.
He played great. And then when he got to the playoffs, he lost to somebody you tell me blows.
I did say he blows.
So
but
what
right,
are
it's
we
a team
doing?
game here.
Bro, he
Aaron
put up 10
Rodgers is the
points.
And
reason.
lost at home too, right?
Aaron Rodgers is the reason that this team could stay afloat all year.
When it didn't
If
count.
you listen, if Jordan Love was quarterbacking this team from last year,
Yeah.
what would have happened? Would they have won 13 games?
Maybe, because you just told me that they were the best team in the NFC.
They were, but this is the playoffs. This is a team game.
And in the
their
playoffs,
team
he
underperformed.
Exactly. No, he underperformed.
He underperformed, but the whole team underperformed.
Mainly him the last 3 years. It's
He
been
could have
on
done
him.
better. I
Absolutely.
understand.
So therefore,
But they
he
don't
can't be
get
here
there
yet.
without Aaron Rodgers. It's not even possible that they get there without him.
We'll see.
This team around him had been so-so for the last few years. Offensively,
Exactly.
listen, I know they had Devontae Adams, but they for some reason, they don't go out and they don't upgrade offense for some reason. I don't know.
Well, they
I
did
don't
sign
know why.
Aaron Jones. They have A.J. Dillon. That's a great
Yeah, but these
1-2
are
punch.
these are guys that they took mid to late rounds. They're not going out there
It
and
don't
getting
matter where you take
the
them. Are
cream
they
of the crop
performing?
talent.
It
They
doesn't-
They haven't given them anything that they're giving to these other franchise quarterbacks.
But it doesn't matter where you take them. When they come on the field, if they're performing, they're performing. The draft status doesn't matter at that point.
Going back to this question, we're talking about for this season, right?
Yeah.
Because if we're looking
Right now-
if we're looking at the body of work, then elite doesn't even matter about what you did in your past. We're
Right
talking about
now, he's elite. He's the reigning MVP.
Yeah.
Right now.
That was my justification too. He was the MVP.
And
you're an
he
elite quarterback.
justifiably deserved it.
That's not an easy award to win.
No, it's not. But
I mean, Drew Brees never won.
hey, the
He
last
took
time,
that award and he grabbed it by the horns. It was Tom Brady's award to lose.
Sure.
Aaron Rodgers went out and he won that award justifiably.
and
His game was fantastic all year. He had a bad playoff game.
but it happens all too much.
But I just need you to be consistent with all
I'm
the
being-
quarterbacks on this list, though.
I'm being
then.
consistent. Who am I not being consistent on?
I want you to say then, because you're basically on your logic right now, you're going
Yeah.
to tell me in a week that Jimmy G is great
No, I'm not.
because he won that game. And he won games this year. I just want the same standard. You're only looking at wins and losses, and you're looking at the playoffs nonetheless.
Bro.
What about everything he did last year?
It was great, but when it came down to it, when your team needed you to perform in the big moment and you needed to make the play to win the game, you put up 10 fucking points.
He failed. I agree with you there.
Exactly,
But let me
so
ask
to
you
me-
something. In that game, who would you have rather had? Would you have rather had Jimmy G in that game or Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, look, here's the thing.
Exactly.
But not really, because Jimmy G is performing better recently
He
in the
didn't
playoffs.
perform better. His team did. It's a team
Oh,
game.
Jesus
That's the
God,
point.
dude.
Jimmy G was awful in that game.
So you mean for 12 years, Aaron Rodgers couldn't overcome anything to get back to another Super Bowl?
I think he could have.
Okay, then.
I agree with you there. But he's still an elite quarterback right now. And Jimmy G played awful in that same game that they won. He
led the
was awful in that game.
How did they win that game? How did the 49ers win that game?
I don't even care with special teams.
Well, but who got the special teams down there? So let me ask you a question. Tom Brady's first 3 rings, was it Adam Vinatieri or was it Tom Brady?
I'm just telling you right now, I would have rather had Aaron Rodgers in that game than Jimmy G.
All I'm saying-
Jimmy G was awful in that game too, and you're going to still say that he's great. I guarantee it. You're going to say it.
You can
and
say,
you're going to still say he's very good, if not.
You can,
and he's not that either.
When you're saying
brother,
when it's subjective and it's your opinion on the teams, I'm looking at him. And if I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to be in a foxhole with him because I think he's selfish and I don't think that he performs at the highest of highs in the playoffs. And I have fucking evidence to back it up since 2010 when I was a senior in high school.
I'm not going to disagree
He's done
with you.
nothing
I think
in the
he could have
playoffs.
done more.
That
but
talent.
he hasn't done nothing. He hasn't done enough.
No,
that's the word. There's a big difference there.
He hasn't done enough. He hasn't done enough.
But
and for me,
didn't
that's
do
not
nothing.
elite. And that's
brother.
not and that's elite. That's not elite. Wow. That's not elite.
I mean, back-to-back MVPs is elite, bro.
That's fine. Yo, that's your opinion. I'm not arguing it.
I know.
I'm just saying. I think he's an elite.
Hey, listen, I set this up because I know that we're going to argue.
But what he's saying is,
and I respect your opinion, and I know we're going to argue. That's the whole point of this
look,
shit.
it's
Because
perfectly fine.
this gets you fucking thinking.
I
There's
know what
probably
his thinking
people
is.
out there saying what he's saying, though.
he's not saying
He's not
that-
wrong about
he's not
the
saying
playoff
Aaron Rodgers,
success.
He's not saying Aaron Rodgers is not an elite quarterback. He's projected him this year. He's
No,
saying
he's
the
not.
body
He
of
said
work for
he's
the last
great
12
right
years.
now. Remember? He's not a rookie or second-year
But
quarterback.
This is the projection
He says he's
for this
great.
year, though.
No, it's not.
No.
I don't know. Is that
I already
what we do?
clarified that. I said it's rookie and second-year quarterbacks. You're projecting what they're going to be because you don't have enough of a sample.
I was just saying
Everybody else, it's where they rank right now. That was what I said.
Oh, well, then he's an elite quarterback.
Exactly.
I gotta agree.
And he said, "Great." I know what you were trying to do. That he still said he was great right now is what he said. He's great right now.
I thought the projection was the season because then it makes sense. Like you could put
You
him
could
in
feel
that
free to
status.
clarify
Sure,
that with all your
absolutely.
guys.
That makes sense. But yeah,
You could throw those comments in there, but that was the basis of this whole thing. Where are they right now?
I think he's an elite. Yeah,
Exactly.
I would have had him like elite regardless.
I
of
would have had him
either
there, too.
definition you wanted to take it. But
Correct.
I had an elite.
I would have
quarterback.
had him there too, and I
He's
think
Aaron Rodgers,
they're
bro.
going to
I
still
mean-
win 12 games probably this year. Remember, it's a little early. I'm still thinking 12 right now. I'm thinking 12 games for number 12.
Like he's literally a top 5 quarterback.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And remember,
that's
so
an
if you said this to me a couple years ago, Mike, when he was playing poorly, I might have agreed with you.
so wait,
because
you agree that he's a top 5?
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. I don't like. You don't.
oh,
just
now,
because-
now I'm on sour myself.
No. Look, here's the thing. You have to list them. I'm just saying, like, you're saying my opinion. My opinion is if I'm going into a playoff game, I don't feel comfortable when Aaron Rodgers is my quarterback.
But we're ranking tiers right now. Like, where does he belong? And you're saying he's just great,
he's-
but
all
he's a
right, you know
top
what?
5 QB.
Okay, you win. He's elite. I don't believe that. I'm just getting it because I don't know what
No,
the
you
fuck
don't.
we're
No, it's
talking
okay.
about.
He's just.
No,
you just
no.
said he's top 5, and he's
What
not.
am I going to say? He's not top 5?
Which is okay, by the way.
That's why I'm
listen,
asking,
if
like, where do you rank him?
His
I got him in the
definition,
top
though,
5.
his definition of elite could mean top 4, for that matter.
Fair.
Maybe he's number 5, but he's just great.
I just go by
You
top
said Burrow's
5.
5, though.
I have Burrow at number 5.
so
I would
then
say Tom
Rodgers
Brady's
is
better
4.
than him. I would say Patrick Mahomes is better than him.
So I ought to see when we go to next week. I ought to see only 3 guys in your elite category for the entire rest of this show.
Yep.
For the next. That's okay then. See now,
I have 3 guys in my elite category. No,
There you
I have,
go.
I have 4. I'm sorry. I have 4.
Burrow. You said it was elite. So
We'll talk
Burrow,
about- we'll get
Burrow
there.
should be your number 4 then, and Rodgers should be your 5,
Pause.
right? Would you be willing to go there? Because I'm trying to justify
I
your
have him in my
definition
top
right now.
5. I have him in my top 5, and I have Burrow at 5 right now. We'll find out in coming weeks.
All right, fine. But you said Burrow is elite.
Yeah,
and
he
Rodgers
is
is not.
Yes. And I told you that that's the way I'm doing it. I wasn't doing top 5 and nothing like that. I was saying by when I'm looking at the player, do I think that I could win with him in the postseason? That's the way I interpreted the question.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's okay.
Exactly. And I don't think that I could win with Aaron Rodgers in the postseason, and I have evidence of 12 fucking years.
I got him sweating, bro.
I mean, if that's what, let's move on.
No, it's okay. We need this
move on.
clarified. We all might have a different definition.
Yeah. Well,
But
he's going by a different definition of the whole ranking system. That's why.
All right, so
I was pretty clear
I
about
misused it. All right, I misread it. It's
Yeah,
all
that's
good.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
No big deal.
All right.
I don't
I-
know. Whatever. Fuck it. Who gives a fuck?
Listen, you're okay. You're totally justified to go there. I thought the rankings were pretty clear. That's all.
We good.
All right. I got him sweating.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even fucking
Yeah,
football
I'm
season.
into it.
Yo, you really are.
I'm sweating. I'm
dog.
into it.
Yo, you are legitimately.
You know the lights are hot. I
sweating.
always sweat on this show.
This is why Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the wall.
Yeah.
It's a
Somewhere.
good workout though.
I'm fucking feeling great.
Somewhere on this wall, Aaron Rodgers is going to be there.
You're glistening.
And this is why.
Hey, you're glistening.
We argue
Listen,
about
that's
this guy nonstop.
The Deshaun Watson oil.
That's crazy.
Well, you know, yeah, we won't even go there. All right, Philly Phil, let's close this out. Ladies and gentlemen, you see that energy right there? You see that energy? This is what you get every episode here at P&I, especially with football. That's why I did this thing. I knew it would bring out energy, and I knew we were going to be arguing. And we're going at each other's throats. Pause. I knew it.
There's more
I knew
more
it.
in store.
Oh, this is just the beginning.
Facts.
All right. Now, you can expect that next show. I think next show, I won't even tell you the divisions. It'll go with the show. All right? We're going to have NBA Finals talk, of course. And we got more NFL talk. And, geez, it could get out of hand because we got another interesting subject next week in addition to QB tiers. So stay tuned for the fire that we're going to bring on Thursday at 8 p.m. here at P&I. That's your next show. Next show is Thursday, 8 p.m. And this episode, episode 86, is brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New players who sign up today using the promo code ICONIC will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Last but not least, you already know this by now. We were on the Props Network at propshq.com. Go there, subscribe, and keep up with all of our latest show news. Thank you to our newer TikTok audience over here, right? They're over here.
Yep.
Thank you guys for checking us out. And I'm passing it off to Nick Theories.
Oh man, that was fun. I can't wait to rewatch this.
It's
episode.
almost time.
I'm gonna watch like your face periodically as the arguments go, and I just want to
You're
see
just
like
gonna see
how
sweat and red and passion.
When you
coming
read-
through.
I love the passion and the energy. When you rewatch this though, you're gonna see I clarified our ranking systems a few times in here, and it's in words, and you're allowed to define it however you choose. He defines it by playoff success, and I respect it because guess what? If you ain't winning the Super Bowl, you ain't it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel him on this. I really do.
I mean, if we were
I'm
going by that,
I'm holding
I
him to a high standard.
If
You
we were
can do
going by that,
whatever
I
you-
would change it, but
you can do
I
whatever
didn't
you
go by
want.
that standard. So
There you go.
we have different standards, I guess. I don't know.
There you go. And that's okay. That's the whole point of the segment.
Yeah.
We're challenging each other's thought processes. Yeah. All right? Brady, take it away.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on propshq.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Yeah, you're really poor, dog. Also, follow us on
get us some
Facebook,
food.
Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And we will see you guys Thursday at P&I, baby. I got it right this time.
Bro, when you put on yeah, huh?